Zipline tours are all over the country, so you can do some research, I suppose, and find out where the best ones are, but it is probably much more practical to take the zip line when it's practical because of where you are staying or what region of the country you are in. This one happened to be on the same property as Guachipelin, Hacienda Guachipelin, so this is where we took ours. My general consensus is, as is most things in Costa Rica that are designed for tourists, they're overpriced. I think to take this adventure, we took it as a package, and it was $100, basically $100 per person, horse riding, tubing, and zip line. You know, it's still a thrill. Do you not do it? You really have to do one just to have. I mean, this is apparently the birthplace of zip lines, so I think again that seems like a lot of these runs were real short. Like you saw that run. I mean, it's short. It's not like you're going for miles down the tops of the jungle treetops and seeing monkeys and toucans as you're zipping by. That's certainly not what this one was like, and I doubt if the other ones are going to be like that either. Some of them are probably higher and more of a thrill seek. Here this was sort of packaged with a canyon adventure, meaning that you do the zip lines and then you do some rappelling. It's got a Tarzan swing, so you are swinging from one part of a canyon to the other side. So it really is kind of a different adventure. They just sort of incorporated all of these items into the same package. So I suppose in that respect it's kind of cool because you get to do a few different things. But again, I would say that the thrills are short-lived. It's expensive. They got a lot of people that they're punching through. These guys are really quick to get you on and off of the equipment. You do feel safe. They do seem to have a very knowledgeable staff that knows what they're doing, so you don't really get that fear of doing it, if you will. I guess some people who have natural phobia of heights probably freak out, and there's always probably one in a group, but that's part of why you do this, is to challenge those particular fears. But in general, I thought it was easy enough to do and kind of a thrill. But my consensus with most of these touristy things that they're a little bit too overpriced. Again, this one is in the state of Guanacaste, the northern part of Costa Rica. We are staying at a Hacienda Guachipelin near the state park. It's actually connected to it. The state park, what is it called? Rincon de la Vieja, which has got some volcanoes and some hot lava flows. Not lava flows, but hot bubbling mud coming out of the ground, etc. So anyway, this is on the private property of the Hacienda, which tends to be kind of a nice feature. If you rent a place that's a hacienda and it has natural features on it that you can either walk to or take hikes that you don't have to pay for, man, I highly recommend it, because otherwise you are paying for everything, and the cost does add up. So here, this is a little bit longer one. Again, this is not going through the jungle treetops. This is more of a forested area. Soon we will be going down into the canyon, and they don't really prepare you, but you're sitting on top of a fairly tall platform. The guy straps you in, then he says jump, and you're looking down before you jump, and you're not seeing another guy at the bottom holding a rope that's going to support you. And apparently the way the rope is designed, it's designed in such a way that it naturally just slows you down. But I mean, that's a bit of a thrill, but I mean, they're moving you so quick you don't have time to freak out or think about it. It's pretty much hurry up and jump. I do think everybody really had a nice time with it, and I mean, the only criticism I would have is that they should be longer zip lines, so that you could get more of a feel of flying through the jungle top. So here's that part of it where they just say, okay, just jump. And it's a bit of a thrill. I mean, you're literally jumping off of this platform straight down. I'm filming my son as he's doing it, and you know, you notice that there's nobody holding the other end of that rope. It just goes up, and then they reconnect a new participant, and down they go. This is a Tarzan swing, so you're swinging from one platform to the other. You know, it's a thrill, but it's pretty well designed out where you're strapped in, it's safe, there's hopefully not a whole lot that can go wrong. I do understand that Costa Rica doesn't have, I think if you fall, you're probably out of luck. I don't think they have the same type of litigation that we do in the US, so I mean, I do suspect that they've got lots of people working the system. I mean, working the ropes that are there to keep you safe. Even here, you are rock climbing. There's a guy up at the top that keeps cinching up the rope so that you're not going to go backward. So that's actually not too bad. But it does take a little bit of effort. I mean, you have to do the Tarzan swing, and then you got to go up this, and you're puffed out. By the time you get up to the top, man, you're feeling it. It's pretty comfortably set up with the footholds and the handholds, so nothing real dangerous there either. But you know, I suppose you could go and do all types of these zip lines, but I think there's going to be a point that you are going to be adding up and looking at how much money you're spending on them. So I mean, if you're traveling alone or with one other person and you're both paying your own way, you know, maybe one or two of these zip lines to give you a bigger cross section of what the options might look like. But do expect that they will be different in different parts of the country and in different areas, and I'm sure that there's some that are charted as being the one and the best one. Whether that's true, I don't know, but you will see them advertised every place in the country. It was a little bit tricky to be able to film and zip along. As I kept doing it, I got more comfortable holding the camera and getting a little bit better angle. But initially, you know, it is a little unnerving to be zipping along, and so later I started holding the camera more in my hand to get a little bit better view. I think it's the best shots are typically filming somebody else doing the zip line or doing the adventure. When one holds the camera, usually don't get such a good adventure. But at any rate, thank you very much. Enjoy the vid. Remember, Isaac, like the hand is much more relaxed back here, right?
I know.
Okay.
Good, I know. Don't worry.
¿Dónde vas ahora? Después. ¿Con estos?